Alright, so how do we filter our business decisions? Let's jump into the second filter, which I call the wisdom test. James 3:17 gives us this beautiful checklist for godly wisdom. It says, "But the wisdom that comes from heaven is first of all pure, then peace-loving, considerate, submissive, full of mercy and good fruit, impartial and sincere." Let's break that down for a business decision. First, is this opportunity pure? Does it line up with your integrity? Second, is it peace-loving, or is it going to create unnecessary rivalry and strife with your team, your family, or even your competitors? Third, is it considerate of others? A decision fueled by worldly pressure often makes us really selfish and short-sighted. We might feel like we have to steamroll over people to get what we want, but heavenly wisdom is gentle and reasonable. It produces harmony, not chaos. So, if a potential partnership or a new project is already causing confusion, arguments, and that tight knot in your stomach, that's a major red flag. The Bible already told us the answer. Wisdom from above is calm, not chaotic. Now for the third filter, the fruit test. This one is incredibly practical. Jesus said in Matthew 7:16, "By their fruit you will recognize them." This applies to our decisions too. Before you say yes to that big project, that new hire, or that massive investment, I want you to project yourself 6 months into the future. Play the movie forward in your mind. What is the likely fruit of this decision going to be? Will it produce more strain on your family? Will you have less time for your spouse or your kids? Will it lead to spiritual dryness because you're just too exhausted to pray or read your Bible? Will it maybe force you to make small financial or ethical compromises that will grow bigger over time? See, worldly pressure promises quick results, but it often produces rotten fruit down the line. God's leading might seem slower, but it produces the fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. So always look at the potential fruit. Okay, the fourth and final filter is what I call the alignment test. This one goes straight to the heart. Matthew 6:33 says, "But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." This is the ultimate priority check for any decision. Here's a truth that has grounded me time and time again. God will never give you a blessing that replaces him as the number one priority in your life. He won't give you a business that pulls your heart away from him. I've been there. I've been presented with opportunities that looked absolutely amazing on paper. They promised more money, more influence, more of everything the world screams is success. But as I prayed through them, I felt this subtle drift happening. My desire for God started to wane just a little bit as my desire for the opportunity grew. It was a slow fade, a quiet temptation to put the business on the throne of my heart instead of Jesus. I had to learn the hard way that any success that costs you your obedience to God is far, far too expensive. A truly God-given opportunity will always draw you closer to the giver, not just the gift. So, when you're facing that next big decision, run it through these filters. Does it bring peace? What kind of fruit will it produce? And most importantly, does it align with seeking God's kingdom first? When you start using this framework, you'll find so much clarity and confidence, knowing you're building something that truly honors him. Thanks so much for watching. If this helped you, make sure to like and subscribe for more content on faith-driven business. See you in the next video.